Hello there, Chummers, and welcome back to the Hard Knocks Sorority Podcast, a Shadowrun 4th edition actual play podcast. In episode 24, things get matrixy as Cecile attempts a virtual infiltration. It gets embarrassing, very embarrassing. As always, featuring Veronica as Cecile, Beth as Grace, aka Nightingale, Kat as Deandra, and Val as Ollie, aka Boxer. I'm really happy that you are joining us on this journey, and I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please tell your friends and leave us a positive review. We are available on most podcast services, YouTube, iTunes, etc. You can also find a link to our Discord server in the podcast description and on the YouTube channel. We would love to hear from you, and we share a lot of in-game pay data there as well, such as maps, intros, fluff, and character stories. On to other topics, only tangentially Hard Knocks Sorority related. As I'm sure runners of your caliber already know, there is a lot of excellent Shadowrun content available on the Matrix. Podcasts that inspired me to start this show, and podcasts that remind me of my love for Shadowrun. Podcasts that I find aspirational. I'm promoting some of these shows at the beginning of this show in an effort to give back, and hopefully help you discover some of the great work other content creators have and are putting out. This episode's promo goes out to the Sinless Shadowrunnin' on Empty YouTube show and podcast. These guys put the actual play back in actual play. When I listen to their show, I feel like I'm sitting at the gaming table, and it makes me nostalgic for the days when we played in person. Ah yes, when Shadowrun was Shadowrun. Did I mention the Sinless game is using the 3rd edition rules?
Are you trying to serve me a subpoena?
No, I'm trying to do some crime.
Has this ever happened to you? You're trying to do some crime but don't know where to start? Well, you're in luck, listener. Why not try Sinless Brand Actual Play Podcast and YouTube series? Sinless is a Shadowrun 3rd edition actual play podcast that follows a group of career criminals while they try and make a life in the barrens of 2050s Seattle. Follow the crew as they build their reputation, starting as a simple Redmond gang doing odd jobs around the community and end up in way over their heads as deniable assets in international power struggles and megacorp feuds. Sinless eliminates the crunch and instead focuses on the stories of the runners that you'll come to love or hate. When you try Sinless Brand Podcast, you'll learn how to commit multiple felonies, such as kidnapping,
A horned figure approaching you. Okay, cool.
summary execution,
And I pull my gun and I shoot him in the head.
grand theft.
Look, man, I'm driving, all right?
Not anymore, you're not parking, get out. Terrorism,
So how do we all feel about regicide?
and many, many more. So what are you waiting for? Try Sinless Brand Actual Play Podcast and YouTube series today. The makers of Sinless do not endorse commission of any actual crime outside of your gaming group. The makers of Sinless are not responsible people. Do not use Sinless brand products if you are allergic to fun. Talk to your doctor if you experience any of the side effects, including but not limited to uncontrollable laughter, compulsive dice roll, nausea, vomiting, lost character sheets, dizziness or vertigo, unnatural attachment to fictional characters, withdrawal between episodes, ocular bleeding, Cheeto fingers, caffeine dependence, insomnia, or death. Sinless, the actual play that puts the gag in baggage. Available at your local Stuffer Shack or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Thank you again, Chummers. Don't forget, watch your back, conserve your ammo, don't eat at Taco Temple before a run, and never, ever make a deal with a dragon.
There's a long fight over what to order for breakfast.
They're specifically being their cousins. They're her fangirls. How she has fangirls? I have no fucking clue.
Knowledge washing clothes.
Nightingale expresses her frustration and that she's not being properly respected as a savior.
That's a spell? You know, you have the combat episode, and then you have the not combat episode.
Yeah, you paid for that. All right. So what's Cecile up to then?
Well, Cecile is she's going to go back to that Warehouse Alliance page that she found before. Where are their offices located?
So the main headquarters
Mhm.
for Warehouse Alliance is located in downtown Seattle.
Okay. Does she know of a node there, like in their office building?
Well, there's the on the matrix. There's the public-facing node, which is where you did your very preliminary scouting the first time around.
Yes.
So you know of that one for sure, and you could
Okay.
probably just start there.
Yeah. Cecile goes ahead and accesses that node.
Yeah, it's as described before. It's sort of a nondescript yet cheerful corporate lobby with several looks like help desks with sort of a helpful looking personas behind them. To one side of the help desk area, you see what looks like an elevator with a security guard waiting in front of it. And then on the other side of the help desks, you see a door which is clearly labeled customer entrance.
Can Cecile tell that the elevator goes to another node?
It's likely. Like I said, there's a card reader, looks like some kind of a ID card reader or something at the elevator. There's a security guard. There's also a card reader at the customer entrance. And other than that, you see the help desks, and every now and then you see another persona coming into this node and walking up to the help desks and getting some information, or going through the customer service door through the customer entrance, and every now and then you see people getting on the elevator and sort of disappearing. So that it gives you the idea that there's definitely another node or nodes behind the elevator, and certainly one behind the customer entrance door. Each of those entrances is the people who pass through them are swiping a key card.
Okay. Cecile goes ahead and walks up to the elevator. Is the security guard clearly an IC, or is it?
The security guard is very likely some kind of IC.
Okay. Cecile just goes ahead and walks up to it.
To the IC or the elevator?
Both.
Okay, so the IC doesn't react. The elevator door doesn't open,
Okay.
and you see the card readers has a red light glowing on it.
Can I? Wait. So this, yeah. Can I do matrix perception to examine the card reader in better detail than it?
Okay.
Matrix section. It's just sitting right there. That link computer. Cool. Layers. Got a 3.
Yeah. So this is, obviously some kind of an access key.
Mm-hmm.
You would need to know either the code somebody's entering, or maybe they've got some kind of physical key plugged into their comm link that lets them get through here.
But I can't tell if it's password or physical from the matrix.
I think you think that it's either or both.
Okay. Okay. Cecile goes ahead and walks up to the help desk.
Okay. The cheerful, fairly androgynous figure behind the help desk smiles at you and says, "How can I help you today?"
Hi. I was looking to hire some of your employees to work at my warehouse.
There's a brief pause. I see. We don't currently offer that service.
You don't?
No, we are a logistics and warehouse company.
Ah, my apologies. Tell me more about your services then.
We offer warehouse and logistics services throughout Greater Seattle, the Greater Seattle Metroplex. We have warehouses in all of the main districts of Seattle, providing storage, transshipment, and delivery dispersal to whichever location that you would like within Greater Seattle Metroplex. If you would like to set up a customer account, I can set you up with a customer account, and you can speak directly to a customer service representative.
That won't be necessary for now.
Is there anything else that I can help you with today?
Not today. Cecile goes ahead and leaves. Okay. Now I'm thinking. So there's
It requires a physical ID, right?
or a password, either or.
Do you think an HVAC employee would be able to get into where they keep it?
No.
Do you think? Well,
I'm just being stupid. But
See,
You could always
Seal
try to
doesn't.
just crack it, hack it.
Oh yeah. It's the
brute
thing.
force.
All right. Seal just walks up to the elevator. Right. What would I need to do for bracket? Look, account. It's not really an account, is it? I don't assume it's an account.
No, it's not an account. So it's in the so you would have to hack the node. So that would be this public access. So when a character hacks into a node, whether on the fly or by probing, she's actually circumventing normal authentication routines and setting up a fake account that the system believes has access to the privilege level the hacker chose at the start of the attempt.
Let me pull up Unwired so I can also look at the rules for the passcode.
Get page 65 on Unwired.
5,
65.
3, 4, hacking and authentication. Test. Okay. Thank you. All right. So it's time to do the hacking thing. I'm only gonna go for a security account now. That's I think only a +4. Yes, +3 for a security account. So the threshold is the node's firewall. So I'm going to start rolling hack on the fly. Tell me when I've hit the threshold.
You've hit the threshold.
I haven't rolled yet.
Oh, what did you roll for analyze? Oh, that was
Matrix perception. Yeah, it's +3 because I'm going for a security account. Boop. 3. Presume I haven't hit the threshold.
No.
5, 9.
Yeah, at 9 you got it.
Okay.
And that was hacking, right?
Yes. So let's now do the security tally. So analyze plus firewall roll to a security tally. Every time performs an action, makes an analyze plus firewall success test. Adds that to the security tally. So make 4 analyze plus firewall rolls for the node.
Okay. Analyze. All right. So 2. Actually, hang on a second. 2, 4, 5. Yikes. 6. That was a weird roll. All right. So the node got 6.
Oh no. It's a secret, remember? If the security tally reaches a threshold of 14 minus the node system, active alert is initiated.
So you were hacking on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
So each time you take a hack on the fly action, the target node makes an analyze plus firewall extended test. If the node detects you, an alert is triggered, even if you succeeded in your attempt. So the way I read that was basically I'm looking at my rolls compared to your rolls.
No. It's just a success test. There are 2 threshold tests going
versus
on.
the hacker's stealth.
Oh, stealth?
So what was your stealth? What is your stealth, sorry? Your stealth is just the threshold.
Yes. My stealth program is rating 3.
All right, so you were undetected.
I don't know that. Shh. I'll pretend I didn't hear.
Well, nothing happens. The security ice that's standing there does not seem to react as the passcode reader
It seems fine.
turns green and the elevator door opens.
Cecile goes through the elevator.
From now on, I won't tell you. Well, I probably still will because I can't help myself.
It's a collaborative effort, really.
Okay, so Cecile steps into the elevator and the doors close behind you, and you see a number of buttons, each of them clearly labeled. Corporate HQ. Then you have another button that is labeled for each of the city districts.
Mhm.
So Auburn, Renton, Tacoma, Puyallup, Everett, they all have their own button, which you take to mean those are probably the various locations. And under each of those buttons, it has a list of what you can find there. So the corporate HQ has a couple more than the other ones. It has a listing for financial and accounting, another one for sales, customer service, logistics, public relations, human resources and personnel, in brackets HQ, another one for security, and then another one for facility management services and systems.
Say that again? The last part?
Facility management services and systems.
I will go to facility management services and systems then.
Okay. The elevator door dings and opens, and you are greeted with what appears to be outwardly or within the matrix a mechanical space of a large industrial building with lots of pipes and wires and things humming, and here and there you see what look like what are styled as sort of maintenance robots going around and checking on systems and doing things, and you also see a terminal, a control board that's sort of lit up in one area that seems to be showing the operations of the various systems in the building.
Okay. Run that past me one more time.
Yeah, so it sort of a mechanical space. So like if you've ever been in a sort of in a part of the building where like all of the water heaters and air conditioning units are, and there are a lot of sort of industrial looking pipes running through this space and wire
Boiler room type.
Yeah, imagine like a boiler room, or like a machinery space on a ship or something like that. And then there's a big console with lots of lights and dials and screens showing various functions, things happening. And there are what look like little maintenance robots rolling around, scurrying around, sort of checking knobs and dials and other mechanical things, but not otherwise paying any attention to you.
Okay. I'll go ahead and walk up to that console.
Okay. It shows all sorts of things. There's various water pressures, and there's a section that's devoted to the various temperature zones within the building, and there's shows all the various conditions and maintenance schedules and where the various maintenance teams are and what they're doing. And as you walk up to the terminal, a light lights up and a speaker queries, "Who is this?"
Does it seem like a synthetic voice?
Yes, you see that it is some kind of a program that's basically there to simply ascertain the identification and the validity of the identification of anybody, actual persona coming into this node.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to start. Remind me, what were the other locations that you?
So you went to you stayed in the you went to the corporate HQ floor and basically went to facility management and services. So there was also financial and accounting. There was sales. There was customer service. There was logistics. There was public relations, and there was human resources and personnel, and there was security.
Okay. So we're gonna leave and go to human resources.
Okay. The human resources, as the elevator door opens into human resources, you see in front of you see a desk, and there is a construct sitting behind the desk. It's very similar to the ones that you saw in the customer service area downstairs. And behind the desk in the room, there are several large filing cabinets that are divided. So on the left, you see a lot of green cabinets, and on the right, you see a lot of blue cabinets. And as you come in, the construct behind the desk that is shuffling around papers and doing other things looks up at you and says, "Personnel are in the green, contracts are in the blue. And do you have your ID with you?"
Cecile doesn't answer the IC and just starts probing for weaknesses that she can exploit to gain access at this point.
Okay.
So now we're going to be rolling probing the target test. So that's +6. I'll go for an admin account. Why not? I got a 4.
Probing is hacking plus exploit versus the system and firewall.
With a threshold equal to the system plus firewall, +6 because I'm going for an admin account, and I have 8 hits so far.
Okay, so you were in human resources. How many hits did you just say you had?
8.
Okay, you're in.
Okay, that
You've
takes
succeeded.
me 2 hours since I'm in Cold Sim VR. Not too important right now, but I'll keep running tally.
So the target node again gets to roll against you.
Only once I've used the account, which I'm going to do immediately, so yes.
No, the target node gets 1 free analyze plus firewall versus hacker stealth test for each. Oh, no. When you first log on with the hacked account. Okay, yes, you're right.
So I'm going to just log on immediately.
Sorry, hang on a second. You hadn't gotten it yet. I forgot about the +6.
Oh, okay.
Sorry
In
about
that case, I will roll this again. Ta-da! Oh, that's a glitch. It's 50% ones and no hits.
So is a glitch 50% ones or more than 50% ones?
We have this disagreement every time. Glitches. If half or more of the dice pool rolled come up as ones, then a glitch results.
Okay.
So this would be a critical glitch.
Yeah.
All right, keep rolling.
Great. So it's now been 3 hours. So that's 12.
All right, keep going.
Keep going. 15.
Yep, you have a admin account.
Great. So that's 5 hours I spent hacking.
Yeah, at this point you're pretty tired.
Ceil's gonna leave Cold Sim VR and go out for lunch. Probably a kind of late lunch. Actually, is there food at the Samovar? Can she just buy food there?
If you're still in the Samovar, you could probably just go down to the kitchen and make yourself a sandwich or whatever.
Oh, it's free. Okay, yeah, she just goes and makes herself.
Because
some
you're
food.
not in the public area. You're in the private area.
Yeah, she'll just make herself.
So now we have to think about what we're going to do with a glitch there.
The question is, does she know before she logs on? Oh,
Which she does not.
nope. Poor Cecile.
She didn't. She thought it was quite convenient when the construct behind the desk stopped asking her for her ID.
Very convenient.
All right. So after your sandwich, are you going to return to that node?
She'll probably spend a little while just relaxing, because 5 hours of work is going to drain you a little bit. But yeah, she goes back soon after.
Okay.
She goes ahead, goes back, and logs on with her presumably admin account.
Yeah, you get back into the node, the personnel file node, and the construct looks up at you again and says, personnel in the blue, contracts in the green.
Thank you. Does it appear to recognize her as admin?
It's not asking you for your ID anymore.
That's good. Cecile goes ahead and goes over to the green, blue file cabinet for the contracts.
Okay. I guess we're going to make a matrix initiative test now.
Oh, great. Oh, well, this is going to be a quick combat.
So a critical glitch, like...
Pretty bad.
Do I have? No.
Make a... I don't know. One thing that I've noticed is that these sheets do not work.
Response plus intuition. Actually, my matrix initiative is working. It just doesn't display for some reason. Oh, well, it rolled 0, so I don't think it's actually.
No, because that's all I get when I roll it too.
Roll 6, 2, so I have a turn initiative of 8. Can I just that to the turn order thing? Whatever. I'll just roll initiative since it's the same.
Oh, there we go. All right. So as you're walking towards the blue filing cabinets, you hear the door to the elevator open behind you.
Cecile turns to look at it,
and a persona walks in, grinning, clearly expecting you, and says, "So, who are you, and what are you looking for?"
Cecile's face turns red. Do they seem hostile, or?
This is quite certainly a security spider.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, even though everything seemed green when you came in, your presence must have been detected and anticipated.
Yeah. I don't suppose you'd believe I got lost, huh?
He chuckles a little bit and says, "No, not really. I mean, you botched that hacking attempt up here pretty badly."
Oh, did I?
I didn't launch the ice right away just because I thought it was sort of funny and I'd figured I'd come up and talk to you in person.
Oh, that's pretty nice of you. Must be boring working for this place.
Yeah, it is, actually. You know, we don't get a whole lot of action.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I'm trying to find someone.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we do have a public database. What are you looking for? Are you looking for one of our contract employees, one of the one of the contracts that we buy from the city and from Knight Errant, or are you looking for one of our actual employees? Because that would be two different things.
I'm looking for one of the contracted employees, unfortunately.
Well, you could ask for that in the public forward-facing node if you just, because they are all allowed visitation rights, so people are able to find their relatives.
Oh, well, that's very convenient. I don't know how I missed that.
Well, I guess it depends on why you're actually looking for them, doesn't it?
Oh, you don't believe me?
I don't have any reason not to believe you.
Look, I'm trying to find my friend. They got taken in for something and they ended up here.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. Since you haven't really caused any damage and it doesn't look like you're going to try to attack me here, why don't I just escort you back down to our public area and introduce you to our receptionists?
That sounds lovely. Sorry for the bother.
He chuckles.
For the record, I also can't attack you.
He chuckles again. Well, I'm not going to hurt you, but I do need you to leave the unauthorized areas, and I don't think you should come back. I'm not always the one on duty.
Yeah, I understand. Thanks for understanding, man.
No worries. Us Matrix jockeys gotta stick together, right?
Oh God, you don't know how. I was still in university. Got kicked out recently. Sucks.
Yeah. Well, this might not be. I hate to say it. This might not be your forte. I don't know if you want to make your living breaking into things like this.
Look,
I mean, this is a fairly low-level corp, but
first time, man.
All right, let's get on out of here. I got other stuff to do. So he escorts you back to the public area, and you go up to the reception desk, and he looks at the construct behind the reception desk, and he says, "We're looking for one of our contract employees' location." He looks at you. Do you have the name?
Bragg. Just remembered I only knew them by a nickname.
Well, what's the nickname?
Oh, it's embarrassing. They're pretty old. I knew them from Matrix long ago. Rigor Mortis?
Rigor Mortis. He looks at the receptionist, and the receptionist starts typing something in. And you know what? Let's roll Matrix Initiative again.
Again?
Yep.
Oh no. Okay.
Hang on, let me clear this.
Oh, at least Cecile has money to fix her conlink.
But that's the one with the super magic file on it.
I mean, she can just...
The one that's our only bargaining chip with that one other person.
Oh, that's right there. Well, Cecile isn't going first.
All right. As the receptionist is typing in the words rigor mortis, you suddenly hear the equivalent sounds of like doors locking and gates crashing down, and red lights start flashing, and the security spider standing next to you looks extremely startled, as a matter of fact, and you see the ice at the elevator heading in your direction. And the spider looks at you and says, "What the frag?
Great.
I've never seen this before. You better get out of here."
Yeah, my bad. Sorry about this. Could Cecile try to jack out?
Yeah, but we're going to need to make... Hang on a second. All right, so there's that. So yeah, he used his turn to basically question, just say that. Mm-hmm. And now you are going to try and break free.
Action and a successful test if my connection is jammed open by a black ice ram.
Yep.
I assume it's not black ice.
It's not black ice, but your connection is jammed open.
Great. That's 7. I was worried about that. This is going to hurt. Jammed open. Cannot log off that node until the black ice is crashed. Any attempt by the user to jack out takes a complex action. In addition, the user must engage the program in an opposed test between the user's willpower plus biofeedback filter and the black ice rating plus response. Okay. I don't think she has a... Nope. Doesn't have a biofeedback filter. It's just her willpower.
Oh boy.
Working on a tight budget here, man. So that's none. No modifiers. 1. I got 1 hit. The black ice's rating plus response.
Okay, so
If the black ice ties or scores more hits, it prevents the user from tracking it.
rating plus response. All right, so you did not. Is this a secret roll?
No,
So
because I would need to
the
know whether or not I jacked out.
fuse program rolled a 3, got 3 hits.
Great. Well, that's
So
my turn.
You're still stuck there as the security guard is coming towards you and launches what appears to be a trace program against you.
Good.
Which looks like he's basically just trying to grab your comlink.
Great.
And he gets 3 hits.
Is that an opposed or threshold my stealth?
You trace an icon back to its originating node. This is a computer plus track extended test. Target may increase the threshold with a redirect trace action and a stealth program, which I'm guessing you don't have.
I do have, actually. I have rating 3. So you have a -3 on the test.
Okay, so let me re-roll that then. Or let's just say it took away his hits. So he got no hit. The trace ice didn't get any hits on you on that one.
Good. Great. Perfect. I'm thrilled.
Give me a... Do you have any etiquette skills?
I do have etiquette, actually. I have regular etiquette.
All right, so why don't you give me a etiquette and charisma test?
Okay. 3.
All right, you get lucky, and the security spider does something and basically pauses the ice program. And he looks at you and he says, "If I have your word that you're not going to come back here and cause trouble, I'll let you jack out right now."
She makes a motion of dramatically rubbing her chin and thinking, you know what, I think that's a good idea. I don't think I'll come back here, given all this she motions around.
He says, I know this isn't a super high level corp or anything, but due to the nature of some of our business and the people that he does the air quotes thing, quote unquote, employ, we do every now and then have to deal with people trying to get to those contracts. And I do hope you're not one of that type of intrusion.
No, I think I just didn't realize who my friend was.
Yeah, I don't know who your friend is, and I think you might want to forget them.
Seems that way.
All right. At that point, you see the ice sort of just mechanically turns around and walks back to the elevator, and the red lights shut off and the doors unlock, and you are free to leave.
Cecile leaves. She jacks out and goes into meat space.
And does
she's
a
in her
composure
room.
test.
Hmm?
And does a composure test.
Composure test? I was just going to have her grab her pillow and scream into it.
All right.
But I rolled composure 4.
Yeah, you held it together. That was almost as intense, knowing what you know about the Matrix, that was almost as intense as watching a man's head explode. Because that could have been the result.
It was also super embarrassing.
Probably worse for Cecile. Maybe she would have preferred if her head had just exploded.
She's screaming into the pillow out of pure embarrassment right now. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll composure again to see if it's loud enough for someone to check on her. I guess it's not.
She's not good at hacking, but she's good at keeping it together.
Our Cecile, everyone.
That's our girl.
Well, that didn't go great.
Question for the rest of the group. Veronica and I could, if Veronica was going to make another attempt, we could do that in a separate session if you guys don't want to listen to it. You're trying to figure out where this rigor mortis guy is.
Mm-hmm.
You are fairly certain that Warehouse Alliance has him under contract from Knight Errant or Lone Star as an employee. You know their locations, their physical locations, and so I guess you could come up with some other plan here, right?
Yeah, probably.
Or you could try to make a run at not the HQ node.
That feels a little bit like violating the terms of her agreement with that nice security fellow, but
I mean, I don't want to tell you guys how to do the run, obviously.
I say we call it here for now. I feel like that's both narratively and like cliffhanger wise a good place to end out the episode.
And maybe so Next session will be legwork.
Mm-hmm.
All
That
right.
makes sense to me. I will send you some messages about things Cecile's probably been searching, data searching and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cecile is also going retail therapy shopping.
Well, she does have a pile of Nuyen all of a sudden.
And she just got... That was probably one of the most embarrassing things that has ever happened to her.
Don't you know, darling? It's Lupercalia.
That could not have gone... I want to say better, but it definitely could have gone worse. That exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, that glitch was... I don't know whether I'm happy about that glitch or unhappy about that glitch.
It definitely throws a wrench into the plan.
Cecile was literally so inept at hacking that the security spider felt bad for her.
It's like, man, this kid deserves better than this.
Yeah. It's like when you're a little kid and you get caught shoplifting and they just sort of like take the thing away from you and walk you out the door. And don't make me tell your mom and dad about that.
Oh.
No, that's real embarrassing for Cecile.
The Topps Company, Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and/or any proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company, Inc. has granted permission to the Hard Knocks Sorority Podcast to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and/or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with the Hard Knocks Sorority Podcast in any official capacity whatsoever. The music for the Hard Knocks Sorority Podcast was written and performed by Trace Mineral. The Hard Knocks Sorority Podcast is licensed under a Creative Commons License 4.0, meaning you are welcome to use the material as long as you give us credit.